Welcome back to another episode of MapleStory Forgotten Items, and today we're going to be actually reviewing a couple weapons. As you can notice, I'm right here. I'm actually in Eldiston, so where am I here and what is going on? So we're going to be going after these weapons here today. The blue bamboo hat and the heart key. Now there's two versions of the heart key that you could obtain. However, I have the staff one, which is more of the easier one to obtain. So for the blue bamboo hat, back in the day, there used to be a huge trend where either it was like a bathrobe or a sauna, and then people had a bamboo hat. And that was the thing for a while until weapons like this came into play, and weapons that started getting better, and then everything, all the skills got revamped, so everything started to really change. And then that's when this whole bamboo hat got outphased. Now there are three versions of the bamboo hat: the green, brown, and blue. However, the one I'm only going to be presenting, since I have it and since it's still possible to obtain, is the blue bamboo hat. And where I'm at right now, as you can tell, there's a bunch of weird dust mite things. Let me hit one just to show you. So what you're gonna get from here is, if you just click on here, as you will notice if you go over here into this Eldiston Scrolling Path 4, is that you'll notice that this guy drops a blue bamboo hat. So if you go to Eldiston Scrolling Path 4, you'll realize, oh, there's a bunch of weird box thingies. And the more you kill them, eventually some items will appear. So you just want to keep attacking them. Now I do recommend that you... Now actually you don't really have to have any double drop rates for this one, considering the fact that they're very low level and they drop a lot of equipment in such a short amount of time. If you watch here, I just kill about 10 or so. Maybe a weapon that just pops out. Regular drop rates, by the way. And you just want to keep attacking just for a little bit. However, if you do want to get a little more, if you want to get it a little bit faster and don't want to use the drop rates, if you're 5th job, you could get your holy symbol and just start grinding away. It will drop a significantly more of them, but however, one of the things you want to look out for is that this might take, I'd say about 15 minutes to obtain it with just the regular holy symbol on. Now let me show you what level it is. So it's at level 2 right now, and it's dropping 15% drop rate, so you're having an increase there. However, it's fine either way if you go without it or with it, but with it you'll get there a little faster. It takes a little while, however you're still able to obtain it at a very reasonable time. Let's move on to the other place. So you just want to go up here. Make sure before you get to the mine, you want to talk to this guy here. And you have to essentially buy a hat to fool the guards, if you know what I mean. And yeah, let's get this on, because I can't go in without it. So as we go in, and luckily the hat is only like 100k meso, so you're not gonna really struggle too much. However, if you want to get into the mine, all you have to do is just go through here. We are actually going to this little area called the Research Lab Security System Research Center 1. Now, I sped up footage. It took I think about a half an hour to obtain it with the double drop coupon. So let me show you right here. Just make sure that you do have a 2x drop coupon for 1 hour. Yeah, I'm not saying it's going to take that long, but it is going to take a significantly more time than the other piece of equipment that we have today. So for for any backstory on this, the heart key is a weapon that's kind of low key. I see a lot of them being sold in the auction house. They're kind of ridiculous, to be honest. I like the design and everything. Kind of reminds me of the Keyblade from Kingdom Hearts. There's only one catch to getting the second heart key, and this is probably the hardest one to get in my opinion. So you're gonna end up going to Mulong. Here, I'll just bring it up on the map here. And you just want to get to yourself all the way to the practice field advanced level. Now what's over here is wooden targets and the master dummy. Now the master dummy is the only monster I know of, or probably in the game, that drops the wand version of the heart key. So for those of you who like using wands instead of staffs, you might want to go over here. However, I do recommend that you go with either a hero or anything else, really, because if you go in with a mage, and even if you have the double drop coupon, and if you manage to stack it, and even if you manage to stack it with another Lucky Winter, you will have a very difficult time trying to find it. Trust me, it took 4 attempts and all the results were negative. To be honest, it was a span of 2 hours. You know, you can only kill this boss once every 30 or 25 minutes actually. So getting it is a little tricky. So basically it took me about 100 something tries killing this master dummy, changing channels and all that. And then the results were nada, nothing. At least with this mage class here. Now for those of you who want to know how it looks like, you just wanna, I'm just gonna drop this real quick. We're just gonna wear this and we're gonna take off the little hat. So this is how the bamboo hat looks like. It looks pretty classic, I guess. For the other one, this one looks a little cooler actually. I have to admit, this one does look a bit cooler. And the way it attacks is pretty cool. So if you manage to obtain these 2 weapons, first of all, this weapon is easier to get for the staff. So for getting this weapons, they're not too hard per se compared to some of the other weapons that I'll be reviewing, or other equipments that I'll be reviewing in the future. So as for the last video, I said I would review the Daiwa sword and the hula hoop. However, those ones are gonna be held back for a later episode. And today, that's it. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I was sorry I was inactive for about a month. I was just really laggy about this video. I do want to mention that, sorry for the jump cuts as well. It was just me not speaking too well. I also want to mention that I do plan to upload 2 more videos before the end of April. And I do want to also bring out some news in the next video. I hope you guys stay tuned.